Good morning, Keller Williams, and welcome back to the KW Command 66-Day Challenge 9.0, and today is day 22. So today we're going to dive back into our training in the Opportunities applet and show you a walkthrough of actually creating an opportunity, and then we'll exhibit sort of the tabs that you have and then continue the training inside of that opportunity tomorrow and the next day. So let's dive right in. Opportunities, our sixth icon down, the handshake applet. And we're going to get into our pipeline views, and we're going to go ahead and create the opportunity. One quick nuance: if you are on a team, it is important that you talk to your rainmaker to discuss which tab you should be in when you're creating your opportunities. In this case, I'm in my personal tab. I'm going to go ahead and create the opportunity by clicking on this big blue-green button in the top right-hand corner. The first thing you're going to see in this pop-up modal that shows up is your market center. Team is grayed out because we're in our personal pipeline. Next up, I have to choose what type of opportunity this is. And if I click on that drop down, you can see I've got my 4 pipelines, really my 3 pipelines with landlord and tenant combined. But which type of opportunity is this that we're looking at? So we're going to go ahead and choose a listing-based opportunity for this example. Owner is just going to default to my name. If I have my team account set up, this may have a drop down with all your team members. But if you're just a solo agent, this will always default to you. And then client, we've got to go find our client who's involved in this opportunity. Now, if you start typing in this box, you're going to see that contacts that you have previously created will show up. That's typically the best route. You've already created that contact, and now we're building an opportunity. But in the event that you hadn't created the contact and you start the opportunity first, you can create a new contact, right? So let's say this is Minnie with a Y mouse. Right, and now I need to add a new contact. Fiddlesticks. I didn't actually create Minnie with a Y mouse before I built this opportunity. I don't want to go all the way back to the contacts applet. I can actually just say, let's create the contact right now. It'll ask for the address, email-wise, and neither of these are required. I'll just go ahead and put them in, right? And then we'll throw in a phone number. There we go. And then you can choose a co-seller. You can see a new contact will be created for this client. So do we have a co-seller? Let's say the Minis are buying a house together. So we've got Minnie with a Y and Minnie with an IE buying a house together, selling their house together, because this is a listing-based opportunity. Now we've got seller 1 and seller 2 both listed. Next up, you've got the opportunity name. My recommendation here, if you already know the address, is to lead with the address. Typically, your compliance and commissions team will appreciate that. So let's just say this is 123 Walt Disney World, Orlando, Florida. And then I would put Minnie Mouse and Minnie Mouse, right? So I have both of my sellers listed. And then I'm going to go ahead and leave that it's a listing opportunity name on there. The more details I have, the more helpful it is for me. And also remember, you're going to have other people viewing this opportunity when it comes time for commissions and compliance. More detail for them is great as well. We talked about contact tags earlier on in the challenge. You actually have tags that you can build out for your opportunities as well. So those are specific to this transaction. So some examples might be, let's say that this is a luxury property. So I'm going to go ahead and create a luxury tag. Right, and that way I can track how many luxury transactions I'm doing over the year. This is happening in Disney World neighborhood, right? So maybe I want to track how many transactions I'm doing in that specific neighborhood, if that's a neighborhood I've spent a lot of time farming. And this might be first-time home sellers. Maybe I want to track that as well. You can see I can create those tags. Later on, I'll show you in the All Opportunities tab how to sort by custom tags. Next up, we've got our estimated close date. You can leave that blank. You can see it's not required. But if you know you're going live next week and it's going to move pretty fast, I might put in an estimated close date of end of May. Time frame, obviously that's 1 to 3 months. I'm just going to leave it on the 3-month side. Estimated list price. It's important that if you know a ballpark that you put this in, because it's really going to help with your potential income and probable income. So this is a luxury property in Orlando, Florida, going to be listed at approximately $1.5 million. Commission rate, we know that commissions are always negotiable. There is no set or standard commission rate. In this case, I've talked to the Minis, and they are agreeable to paying me 3% to list the house. Now, this commission rate is only the side that you have negotiated with your clients. It does not impact the other side. So whether you're on a listing, just your commission, on the buy side, just your commission, the total amount that you're going to be paid, whether that's being paid from the client or the other side. Opportunity phase and stage. So where do I want to drop this? Now, I've already had some conversations with the minis. We're getting pretty close. They're going to want to set an appointment in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to say that this is in our cultivate phase, and they are less than 30 days away from setting that appointment. So I'm going to go ahead and click on create, and it's going to open up. Oh, looks like I'm not very unique with my phone numbers. So let's do 512-555-5555. Let's see if that's been created. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. That's not even, okay. Let's see if I put my own phone number in there. All right. There we go. So now the opportunity has been built out, and this is our opportunity home screen. Quick note, you can see on the bottom right, a new contact was created as the client for this opportunity. So that shows up for a few seconds, letting you know. You've also got these purple dots on the screen, right? These are basically a walkthrough of your opportunities. Anytime you have new features, you'll see those purple dots will show up and kind of as a tour. We're going to dive into each one of these tabs in detail on the next couple of days. But briefly, your details page or your details tab has details around the opportunity itself. Take special note of these appointment or all of our date section here. This is really going to come in play later on in the challenge in a couple of days. You got our estimated list price. The property isn't listed yet, so we can't select it from the MLS, but we can come in and put in the property details here. So it's in the US, and this will actually search for the property. Now, since we made this up, I don't think we're actually going to get a 123 Disney World Drive, Orlando, Florida, right? So in this case, sometimes you're going to have to trick it, right, into what the actual address is. Disney World Drive, and then come down to Orlando, and then we're going to do Florida, FLO, there we go, county, Broward I think is a county in Florida. I'm just guessing at this, and I don't know any postal codes in Florida. And then we're going to do a property type. It's a residential listing, and it is a resale residential listing. So I can click on save, and now you can see I've entered that information about the property. Next up, you've got the marketing tab. This is going to make a lot more sense when we get into designs and campaigns, so we'll skip over that briefly for now. Documents, we're going to do a whole run through on your documents tab and a whole run through on your offers and commissions tab. So how do you get paid and how do you get compliant? We'll talk about both of those. Your notes tab, a great place to really keep notes specific to this transaction that you want to remember both now and in the future. And then finally, you have your timeline tab, which is a running list of all of the things that you have done for this opportunity and when you did them. So you can see we created it today at 8:25. At 8:26, we went in and put in some property address information as well. That's it for today, guys. Sort of a brief introduction into the creation of an opportunity. Stay tuned over the next couple of days as we dive into our details tab, our documents tab, and our offers and commissions tab, such that we can run through a fully baked opportunity with all the information that you need to be both compliant and on track to get paid. As always, I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll look forward to speaking with you again real soon.